dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Hey, good evening. I'm Jim Freeman. Thanks for joining us. The 6th annual Gray Matters 5K 10K race was held at Whitesburg this morning. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox tells us how the race has brought awareness to brain cancer. And now one of WYMT's own continues his battle.
Dozens gathered on a sunny morning to walk or run for a cause that sometimes does not get a lot of attention.
Only 2% of brain cancer for research dollars go to brain cancer research. And of the 2%, only 4% goes to pediatric brain cancer research.
Having a race brings some awareness, but to cancer survivor and WYMT's own Brandon Robinson, having people see and hear the stories of folks battling it can hit home. This year's honoree was Austin Reed, who is in the fight of his life right now.
Austin's story, I believe, is special because he's overcame so much in his life already, just to be impacted again by a disease that can work so fast that by the time you almost got it beat back, it's back again.
Reed was not just the honoree.
He's been dealt a bad hand from the moment he was born.
But his parents and girlfriend helped him share his emotional story with participants. And Reed knows the power of his story.
This means a lot to me, just being here, because not only does it raise awareness for myself, but it raises awareness for other victims and other people.
Once the race began, the focus was no longer on what everyone was doing, rather why they were doing it.
He's my roommate in college. He's from my hometown, so it meant a lot to me to be here, support him, support his family.
Once Reed crossed the finish line, it was a recognition of the courage he has along with the people around him.
Because it helps me know that that I'm not alone, but they're not alone either.
Some won awards after the race.
The Austin Reed Scholarship Fund at Owsley County Schools.
But the real winner of the day was a man representing so many fighting battles every day. In Whitesburg, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
And you can, of course, visit the Gray Matters Whitesburg Facebook page to read more stories of overcoming brain cancer.
Well, good weather for the race this morning, if I do say so myself, and we actually stayed dry throughout much of our, at least the first half of our Mother's Day weekend, but some of us getting in on a little bit of that action right now. A look at First Alert Pinpoint Doppler shows you what we're dealing with. Most of us a clean sweep out there, but we head up towards Interstate 64, already noticing some of those pop-up showers and downpours, portions of Wayne County, West Virginia, pushing on to the south. We have a pop-up there along the Johnson and Martin County line there as well, east of Paintsville, and watching another storm moving through downtown, or shortly will be moving through downtown Moorhead. That'll continue to scoot off to the south toward Moorhead, Sandy Hook, and Isonville over the next little bit. For many of us, we remain rather nice outside. You see, we're a little cooler where the rain is already moving in, but a lot of us topped out near 80 this afternoon, and we remain there as we head into this evening. So your forecast first as we head through the next 12 hours, we'll see those temperatures slowly drop into the 60s tonight, and as we head into our Mother's Day tomorrow, picked a good one for Mom as we head into the day on Sunday with those temperatures getting it back up near 80. We'll have to watch that spotty shower chance, though, as we head into the afternoon. Jim, in a few minutes, I'll have the latest on, yes, that breakdown of that Mother's Day forecast and what perhaps an early look at Election Day in a few minutes.
And thank you. I like that Mother's Day card, by the way. A Wolfe County murder trial has come to an end. On Thursday, a jury found Troy Dunkelberger guilty of first-degree manslaughter in the shooting death of 31-year-old Jaron Slayback in 2020. The two were in Red River Gorge on vacation from Ohio. Prosecutors argued Dunkelberger shot Slayback during an argument. Police say Dunkelberger told them Slayback was threatening him with a knife. The jury recommended a 20-year sentence. That sentencing will be held on July 17th. Election Day is right around the corner, but many folks have already been to the polls. Early voting started Thursday and ended today, allowing folks to cast their votes who may not have the opportunity to vote on Election Day. In Pike County, officials say more than 200 people made it to the polls during the last 3 days.
On early voting on Thursday, we had 87. On Friday, we had 105, and today we've had in the early 30 to 35 people so far.
Pike County Clerk Darrell Pugh added that voting is an important responsibility, and with early voting in 28 polling locations in Pike County alone, there's no reason not to cast your vote. The candidates are making their final pushes across the Commonwealth. The long and crowded Republican gubernatorial primary is almost over. On Tuesday night, we'll find out who will face off against incumbent Governor Andy Beshear, the presumptive Democratic nominee. Several Republican candidates, including Attorney General Daniel Cameron, Agricultural Commissioner Ryan Quarles, Auditor Mike Harmon, and Somerset Mayor Alan Keck, have multiple stops planned between now and Monday across Kentucky. Former United Nations Ambassador Kelly Craft is also hosting several Get Out the Vote rallies with some high-profile guests, including Texas Senator Ted Cruz. Today, we'll have more on the final days of the gubernatorial campaign tonight at 11. The state's Attorney General is reminding people to report suspected election law violations. You can report any suspected irregularities to the statewide election fraud hotline, which is reached by calling 1-800-328-VOTE. Tips submitted to the hotline are reviewed by prosecutors, and any complaints that contain allegations of election fraud will be referred to the Attorney General's Department of Criminal Investigations. Folks came out this weekend to enjoy a bit of family fun in one Pike County town. Elkhorn City hosted its annual Apple Blossom Festival on Friday and Saturday, allowing for families to have some fun and local business and vendors to show off their stuff. Longtime Elkhorn City resident Rhonda Blackburn says the festival has been held in the small town since 1978. She says after 2020 and 2021, the festival shrunk a bit, but it's blossoming once again.
COVID really kind of took a hurting on everything, and it's really starting to build back up, and hopefully every year from now on it'll just keep getting bigger and more people will come. And you know, Elkhorn is a beautiful town. It's a beautiful city, and it has so much to offer if people will just come and give it a chance.
Blackburn also said she remembers bringing her children to the festival each year, adding that she hopes the event can help the town grow as well. We'll have more from the festival tonight at 11. A Letcher County town impacted by the July flood hosted its annual festival today. Blackie was one of the many towns damaged by floodwater. After months of repairs, folks put together Blackie Days, which honored all of the hard work they put in. Blackie Improvement Committee co-chair Mary Gail Adams says the festival proves how strong their community is.
We're very close. We're very family oriented. We all pretty much know each other. And it's been going on for over 50 years.
There are still repairs going on in the town, along with people working to preserve history that was lost. Some good news tonight for a Perry County school heavily damaged by the flooding. The Buckhorn School posted an update from Superintendent Kent Campbell on Facebook today. They say the reconstruction design for the school is complete and documents have been given to the construction manager to proceed with bid specifications. Construction is expected to begin this month. Right now, Buckhorn and Robinson Elementary students are sharing the old A.B. Combs building. Hundreds gathered at Keeneland at Lexington today, but not to see the horses. As Samantha Valentino shows us, they were there to walk, raising awareness for heart disease.
The American Heart Association's Heart Walk helps fund their work supporting survivors of heart disease and stroke.
It's a great way for us to celebrate all of those people who have survived heart disease and stroke and to memorialize those that haven't.
Andrea Uten is the executive director of the AHA. She says this event raises about $400,000 each year.
Those dollars, of course, come back to our community in a variety of different ways through supportive research or CPR events that we're doing in the community and making sure that we're, of course, promoting longer, healthier lives.
It's more than just a walk, though. For many, it can be therapeutic, a time to share their stories.
And it is a really emotional time for a lot of people that come out because they are thinking about their own health, the many things that they've survived themselves or their family members that maybe they've lost.
Among the survivors taking the walk along Keeneland's grounds, EKU head football coach Walt Wells. Wells suffered a cardiac episode in his office last year.
The next thing I know, I wake up 4 days later in UK hospital. And luckily a survivor of a cardiac arrest event where I had 99% blockage of my widowmaker.
He credits his survival to the quick action of those around him that day. They quickly called 911, performed CPR, and used an AED.
So the use of an AED and the use of great CPR training is the only reason that I stand here with my wife this morning and got to see my kids this morning when I was walking out the door.
Wells was back to coaching a week later. Now he promotes the importance of CPR training.
Right in the center of the chest.
Many had the opportunity to learn hands-only CPR after completing the walk.
Keeping blood moving through the body, through the organs, through the brain, those important organs, it increases the chances of that person not only waking up, but waking up with a good quality of life.
In Lexington, Samantha Valentino, WKYT.
Thank you, Samantha. According to the American Heart Association, receiving CPR can triple your chances of surviving cardiac arrest. Coming up on Mountain News Weekend Edition, why do-it-yourself Botox might be a very bad idea.
And a couple more showers and storms potentially heading our way to close out Mother's Day weekend. The details after this.
No gear,